somebody else you get to now.
Yeah, no doubt.
So what do you think of Eastern Kentucky?
I like them. I'm excited to play them. I think they're a good team. They got a lot of old guys on the team, so they're gonna be an experienced crew, and we got to handle business and play as hard as we can, play to the best of our ability.
Coach talked about the new headset communication stuff. What do you make of just being able to get the signals down from upstairs and be able to communicate that to your teammates? Obviously new and take some getting used to.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like in the stadium it's gonna be a little harder to hear. So we obviously still have signals. So you can't just totally rely on it, but it's a little helpful when you can have just a communication with him. Like he can tell us to play and stuff. We can get a little bit faster, against tempo teams. That would be very helpful. But I'm just not sure about the noise level, how the stadium's going to affect it or not. So
do you take personal enjoyment in being guys that makes the calls and gets the calls out to everybody else?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. It's fun. I think it gives you kind of like more to prepare for. You feel like people are relying on you, and I like that. So.
What's
Coach
communication been like, with so many new faces on defense, and now you're getting to go out there and figure out a puzzle of 11. So what's it been like kind of getting everybody on the same page communication-wise pre-snap?
Yeah, I don't feel like we're new faces anymore. We've been here for 6 or 7 months. I feel like this team is really bonded. So we're one unit. I feel like we're moving really well together, and we're communicating at a high level right now. So
Coach Levy's really emphasized the rotation this year, and obviously in SEC you got to use a lot of guys and keep guys fresh, and that wasn't always a thing the past couple of years on defense. But how beneficial is that going to be for you guys, especially at the linebacker position where there's so many guys that can contribute?
Yeah, I think it's huge. When you're running up your snaps 70, 80 plays a game, you start risking injury pretty high risk of injury. So I think being able to have a rotation where every guy is really talented and has their own skill set, I think that's really beneficial to the whole defense. There's not a drop off. Everybody plays as hard as they can, and they're smart dudes and they want to get better. And I think that's a great thing to have in a linebacker room.
How did it feel to play against Mississippi State last year?
Against them?
Yeah.
That was the best game I played last year. Most fun game I played. It was a tight game. Our defense did not play great, I will say that, but it was unreal playing them. So being able to be here and play for them, I'm excited.
The drills we got to watch this year, Coach Hutzler and all the assistants really worked on turnover drills of somehow getting how much are you emphasizing that, and what can a turnover mean in a game?
It's game changing. It's a game changing play. If you win the turnover margin, I forgot the percentage, but if you win the turnover margin, which means your team produces more turnovers and your offense doesn't get the ball up, the win percentage goes crazy high. So if you win the turnover margin, you have a great chance of winning the game, so you want to get the ball up.
Is there any risk, though, in going for a turnover and maybe not finishing a tackle? Because we've seen that happen before, too.
Yeah, Darius Leonard for the Colts, he's a big guy. Emphasized getting turnovers and punching the ball. He said he'd rather miss a tackle but get a forced fumble or attempted one. I think there's give and take. You got to be smart about it. If you're the only person around the guy, obviously get him on the ground. If you got a lot of guys around you, can go for the ball, be more aggressive. I think you just got to be smart, know your surroundings, know where your leverage, and attack the ball as much as you can.
How many tickets do you have to get this weekend?
We're in a dogfight with Jacksonville State in that game. What did you maybe learn from that experience just about playing a team that maybe you guys are supposed to be and game maybe a little closer? How could that maybe translate into that?
Yeah. Can you say the first part?
Just you were last year in South Carolina in that dogfight with Jacksonville State, maybe closer than expected. Just how maybe that what you learned from that, how can translate?
A lot of people say it was, they weren't a good team, but they went 9-4 last year. They're a pretty solid team. I understand they're not the SEC, but there's players everywhere. There's players all over. But, we treat this game like it's, the biggest game of the season because it's the next one. That's what Coach Levy emphasizes. That's what we emphasize. This is the biggest game we got right now. So we're not treating it like we're going to go out there and steamroll them. That's not how we play. We treat this like the biggest game. We're going to go out there and play as hard as we can and get the W.
Being your first game at Mississippi State, how many tickets do you have to get this week?
A lot. My whole family's coming for the first time, like all at once. That's pretty cool.
Besides getting the W, as a guy who's kind of running the defense, what do you want to see come out of this game defensively? What will make you satisfied that y'all did your job?
That we did our job? You talking about like goals for the
efficiency, or
so we have a thing called Get Six. It's where you have third down stops, turnovers, fourth down stop, punt, stuff like that. So you want to try to get 6 of those. So that's kind of a goal we have going into every game. Get 6, and you have a great chance to win the game. You always can say you want to shut out. That's everybody's goal every single time you step on the field. So that's what we're going to play like. But just play extremely hard, control our effort and attitude, let the other things fall into place, do our job, and we should have good results.